What up, y'all? It's Queen KZK. Here, sure to hit that follow, that like, that share, the subscribe button on both Instagram and YouTube. You already know what it is. Those of you who've already been watching, liking, and sharing, subscribing to my videos and checking out like my half an hour podcast over these last 3 weeks on the road to Money in the Bank. I really appreciate that, and thank you so much for watching and enjoying it as well as I enjoy doing it for you guys. And also appreciate and for you guys who've been watching, liking, and subscribing. Actually, in the last couple of minutes, it's my last half an hour podcast over after Money in the Bank couple of weeks, as I promised I would do it, and I did, and I'm right on track as I always am. This is going to be a half an hour last final podcast for today. Be sure to watch, be sure to like, be sure to follow, subscribe on Instagram and YouTube, Queen Crazy K. Really would appreciate those of you who already done it. Thank you. Those of you going to do it, pat on the back as well. And you will check out those podcasts over the last 3 weeks, Two Money in the Bank in London, and then End Money in the Bank the last 2 weeks as well, with the 35 and 20 years of 25 years of Shawn Michaels and Edge. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins' history headlining the pictures and the titles and what I'm talking about in each of the podcasts. And then this half an hour podcast over the last week is what we're going to talk about in this one. So you're updated what's happening and what's going on. And that this is the final one for today, for the last past week. So let's jump right into it. I did enough talking, rambling, updating. You should know by now with me explaining that to you so you get what's happening, what's going on, and get my drift, and you can follow along, and it makes perfectly good sense as well. Especially you can also get trading cards, such as like this. You can get the Hall of Fame legendary Rikishi. You can get, like I was talking about, with the Bloodline dominating and ruling over Friday Night SmackDown. You can get the Rated R Superstar Edge, 25 years, celebrating since he's been in the WWE over Madison Square Garden. I remember a return of Lita, much like Trish Stratus, who broke the history in the record for the women's division, who is currently on Monday Night Raw. The great late Randy Savage, Nacho Man, who I heard Bailey, a Grand Slam SmackDown Women's Champion, leader of Damage Control, speak amongst him, a fan of him, and Eva Marie Davis champion, much like Alicia Fox, who is a Hall of Famer and a legendary, who was on a exclusive interview this last week. I wanted to throw that in there, that probably you've seen with her, and Papa Shango. Kind of reminds me of the Boogeyman, who was on 2K 2023 wrestling video game as well. You can play as him, a Hall of Famer, as well, and legendary. And let's not forget about our friendly furry friends like the bunny. We had a bull, we had Hornswoggle. We've had a lot of things happen that's crazy in the past. We had a freaking chicken before, and Miz playing as the elf before, and all these crazy Halloweens and Christmas things going on. Santa Claus, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena, Attitude, Justin the Tribute to Troops, and things like that happen up. So let's have fun along with the entertainment that comes with the domination of World Wrestling. Entertainment is what it's for. And let's not forget one half of the Dudley Boys bringing out the table, talk about destruction and defying extraction matches and opportunities. Those are what things do. You can get these trading, you can play these trading cards on the trading cards WWE app, hell, on the Android cell phone, whatever you got, laptop, on a tablet, on this Bluetooth that's down here. You can play it in these Bluetooth earphones that back there that you see. Anything that you can get your hands on, go ahead and do that. I wanted to just show them off a little bit because I ain't done that in quite some time, and I want to show you what I've been doing playing the games of that as well. And I know you've seen my buying off my shirts like that. 24/5, and you can get half off of Raw and SmackDown nights, including over there the Wrestling Club and shirt for all year around. So you could see that all year around, the Wrestling Shirt magazine, like the 2023, as you saw over there, the Wrestling Shirt or Wrestling All Year Cup or the Wrestling Update magazines of the commentary are exclusive and wrestlers. Buy that all on either WWE.com, Amazon, half off of Raw and SmackDown. Nights like SmackDown coming up, that's going to be a great idea. Put your name in, totally free to get cards like Seth freaking Rollins. I don't use these. I just like to, because it has a picture of Seth freaking Rollins on it. I just want it as a collection. Or Mercedes Monet, like I was talking about with the hat. As you can see, you probably can't see it right now with the way the laptop is. You can see that shirt back there. It's behind this hat. On the EST, Bianca Belair, like we were talking about with her, Charlotte and Knox on there as well. You could do things like that, that for the exact same, thing you're getting, get it cheaper. Who doesn't like saving money and also getting their favorite superstar? That's a win-win to me. That's a win-win chance and opportunity, and I like the deals, so I like to share it. Or hell, you can even get these, head out to Cricket Wireless and get autographs by Oxa and AJ Styles like I did, and other great W superstars that will be there. Get your WWE ticket to go to be able to do that with whoever's going to be, at that Cricket Wireless at that time, and things like that. So, with that being said, I just wanted to get that stuff on today because it's really exciting. It's really fun. I just wanted to mention that out. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw now. The artist Shinsuke Nakamura, no matter where he goes. World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins, always ready with the American Nightmare, sending a message, beating Dominic and getting the best of Brock Lesnar, who's been sending a message to, and Shayna Baszler is not sorry for attacking Ronda Rousey, nor is Ronda Rousey, who returned the favor to Shayna Baszler, and that's a long time coming apparently. Maxine Rollins, she's been doing a great job, came from a model and won her first wrestling match. She's been dominating with the Academy this last week with the mixed challenge. She was also on the After the Bell not too long ago, on Out of Character, actually, as well. And you see Ella helping out Nikki Cross in this grudging match that Zoe Starks and Trish Stratus, kind of an alliance thing, similar to that. Big Time Bex, you see, that they associate with. But Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green would have win all them rounds and be next in line for the tag team championship opportunity against Raquel and Liv Morgan. And the Miz has always got someone to sleep as the A-lister Miz TV. The mounted leader of the Judgment Day, Seth freaking Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion, remaining as such. So before we get into this next one, that would be my Raw predictions of his last Monday Night Raw, not last week's Monday, a week from yesterday's last Monday Night Raw to the Raw results of what's happening and what's going on to build for a couple days ago, this Monday Night Raw. So you get my diss and you get what's happening, what's going on, because it gets complicated if you don't. That's why I mentioned that. That's why I try to keep you on the flow of what's going to happen and how you can do these things that are super easy and free and enjoyable at the end of the day. I just like to show my stuff off that I have because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy rapping, hosting my podcast, hosting my interviews, acting, entertaining, and this wrestling. I really want to become a WWE superstar, Queen Krazy K. Don't be surprised when you see me on TV and you guys are cheering my lame, slamming bodies around because I told you what I told you that was going to happen. I don't want to be too cocky, but I'm ready for it. I enjoy doing this thing. I enjoy it. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's the greatest feeling that I can think of anything better to do or, to enjoy. With that being said, I was talking about my 4th of July in the last podcast. Not like family, friends, drinks, and fireworks, Memorial in the Zoo that I was talking about. I had a great 4th of July. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. Not too drunk to go to work the next day. You know what I mean by that. So let's get this rolling on. I talk about happy time. How about happy times all day, every day when it's the 4th of July? Am I right? Yeah, let's talk about this 4th of July video right here. I wanted to headline it because I was talking about tribute to the troops, with the trading cards and the costumes and stuff. And, it's all about the USA flags, obviously, and supporting. the family and friends. Now you have three different things. You have Veterans Day, you got Memorial Day, you got the 4th of July, and you have tribute to the troops for men and women that serve their lives on the line for our freedom or to be able to sleep without hearing, fines, they get dog tags and supporting that and appreciating it and really giving them what they deserve. You see my camouflage hat over there. A really thank you and a shout out to the men and women that have or is still serving their lives on the line. And that no matter what you say or do, you will not tear that flag down. And happy birthday to America for not tearing that flag down. And a thank you to the men and women for doing what they do or who are currently doing it or have done it. My grandpa was served in the war. I also have an aunt who was military police. I was in JHRC. I got a brother that was in the Air Force. I got a couple of uncles that was in the Army and the Marines and the Navy. If it wasn't for this wrestling when I got to school, I would be in the Navy. So I really like the camouflage. I really like the Army. I really like the things that come along with it. So that's for one, I would be in the Navy and want to give a thank you to the men and women that have or is or are doing what they do because it might be for money or your family or friends or just because, but because of what you do is why I get to lay my head down at the end of the day. So thank you and a shout out to you and a pat on the back. And for to do that and enjoy it along with the flag, I remember so many great memories and thank you. Like John Cena, I just showed you my dog tag, who always appreciates that and who really gets into it that you deserve all the love and respect in the world when you're in that position. And you do. So, with that being said, I put Hulk Hogan on the front cover. So let me tell you something, brother. Hall of Fame legendary Hulk Hogan is on the front cover of the 4th of July video. So let's get right into it. And you heard The Rock already, his voice in the background. Because what better than the most electrified man, sports entertainment, who has the biggest voice, The Rock, to be singing or pronouncing the name in the background of an awesome video. It's about family, friends, celebrating freedom, and our flag was still standing no matter what you try to burn it, beat it, whatever you try to do. It wasn't tearing down America. But like kind of hot watermelon, well, cold watermelon on a hot day, am I right? Talk about hot and cold, that new Element movie. My favorite's the water because he's funny, but I also like the fire too. I mean, fire and desire, you can't go without it. Things and such like that. Almost looks like the sun, but it is a firework. What a great sunlight after all that too. Great way to end it with a great sunset and sunlight like that as well after all that. What an awesome 2023 4th of July. What an awesome 2023 Fine Day. What an awesome Raw and SmackDown prediction, Money in the Bank, and coming up in Detroit SummerSlam already. With that being said, in the summer to come along with it and spring before that. Not so good on the Christmas. I like Christmas, but I do not like the weather. So I could do without that. I love the heat. I tolerate the cold, but I love the heat. Heat all day. It's relaxing. I can enjoy water. I love water. I get my tan on. I don't have to get sick necessarily. You can still, but not necessarily. And everybody's happy and not all grouchy and like, I want to stay here. It's cold. I'm getting sick or whatever. In the wintertime, it seems like that's where it mostly does. So I am a summer kid. I was born in summer, so it makes sense why I have summer. And most of my jewelry are gold, like the summer. Most of my jewelry is gold, like the summer. Like the summer hot sun, like that yellow hat back there, and like that race car hat, and like that yellow ninja tie shirt. Like this yellow bobcat, and those yellow piece of clothing right there on that shirt. You can see my hat over there as well. Favorite color is red. Favorite color is blue. But the yellow is, or orange even, depending on how hot it is. Now, I'm not talking about oven hot. That's too hot. I'm talking about just a relaxing, nice, sunny, warm, and relaxing day to enjoy the zoo, to enjoy going swimming, enjoy trail walks. That's what I like to do. Go swimming, go to the zoo, trail walks, walk my dog, take him to the dog park, and just hang out and have fun without everybody getting sick on me and having fun and not getting grouchy, even though that's every day. But that it just seems like that's where the worst comes out of it. Getting something in my mouth. And that seems where the worst is at. Then we had this past, anyways, we had this past month, Drew McIntyre's and Damian Priest. Now, I talked about Damian Priest, Mr. Money in the Bank, United States champion, one of the dominant, a member and the muscle of the dominant team, the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw, who's never lost his touch as the, what you would call broken era. He's a destructive era in the NXT. So, and getting that respect when he comes back afterwards, it's just awesome, and it's just amazing how people don't forget who you are or where you came from, and it's like you never left, and that feels good. Cause like, you keep that same energy when I come back in a few years, like you do now, or is it gonna change a little bit now that these newcomers here? The fact that you never lost your touch, it's amazing. It's a great feeling, and I'm sure you can feel the happiest moment you ever felt. That's what you would feel in that moment. And then you talk about Drew McIntyre, the return of Drew McIntyre, winning the Money in the Bank, former WWE champion, and he has slayed for a Universal Champion against Brock Lesnar. Like he said, a Scottish psychopath returning, coming after Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, working alongside a tag team with Matt Riddle. Even up the odds, he's kicking their ass because they injured his foot. They're injuring his foot before the big show. He's letting them know you may be ready for a broken man's foot, but you ain't ready for 100% Scottish psychopath, and who beat them in a tag team, and he's after his Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship is coming soon. And I don't think Gunther's ready for it. Gunther's been so dominant. He's been undefeated as Intercontinental Champion, but I don't think he's ready to verse Drew McIntyre for that title yet. The way he's been acting and trying to duck him and dodge him, I don't think he's ready for Drew McIntyre, because he knows he'll take that Intercontinental Championship, especially with how strong and powerful Drew McIntyre is and the state of mind, because he's been waiting for this opportunity. He's been waiting for this moment. So all that anger, all that energy that's built up inside, I don't think Gunther's ready at all. So with that being said, let's jump right to my other thing. That is just one thing right there. I just like to mention them on the bump and about the situation. And this would be, there you go. And he talked about returns. My favorite Miss Money in the Bank is Asuka. My favorite Mr. Money in the Bank is John Cena. My favorite years was when John Cena won, then Randy Orton won, and then Seth Rollins won. I think those was the best. My favorite Money in the Bank matches or years was when my favorite Mr. Money in the Bank would be John Cena. My favorite Miss Money in the Bank would be Asuka. My favorite moments would be when John Cena won, then Randy Orton won, and then Seth Rollins won. And my favorite Mr. Money in the Bank in match and moment. And I think the best Money in the Bank was when they fought around the building, because it was exciting. It was the most exciting thing I've ever seen in a Money in the Bank match. I think a brutal would be the Usos and the New Day in brutal ladder matches, cracking each other's back. That is a brutal Money in the Bank. And that's my favorite Mr. Money Bank, Ox and John Cena. My favorite moments when John, Randy Orton, and Seth won like back to back in those 3 years for that. So that would be my favorite Mr. Money in the Bank moment, years, matches, and destructive. And what I think was the best moment of this Money in the Bank is when Seth Rollins remained World Heavyweight Champion against Finn Balor in the headline, Jey Uso defeating Roman Reigns. Those are my favorite Mr. Money in the Bank and matches and years, and the one with the billions because it was the most exciting one that I've seen. I would have to say about Money in the Bank, since we're talking about that with the results of Money in the Bank that I just got through showing you, including my SmackDown predictions and the returns. My greatest returns, I would really like seeing Lita return on SmackDown because she's a legend. Kind of like around the time when Trish did, because I got to be there live when Lita returned, the woman who laid out the carpet for people like who we like on to wrestle, to dominate, to be called who they call themselves, laid out the carpet to have that opportunity to do it, like Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Charlotte, you name them all, to be able to have that moment and that turns to do it. So I think that was a great return. I really like John Cena returning to the Money in the Bank. It's my favorite of all time. I put Randy Orton, Edge, and 25 years Madison Square Garden that he's talking about his return. So those are some great returns from this year of 2023 and then in the past. And I think The Rock is the most electrifying return that gets everybody out of their seat in The Undertaker. So those are my favorite returns from the past and my favorite 2023 return and who I thought did the best return. John Cena at the Money in the Bank, best return. Lita excitement at SmackDown and favorite of 2023. Edge to SmackDown and favorite in the past. I think The Undertaker and The Rock really lifts people out of their seats. So that's the Money in the Bank. My opinion on Mr. Money in the Bank in matches and moment and favorite returns versus this returns in this Money in the Bank, and this is my SmackDown prediction. With that being said, what was July SmackDown Raw, all the things, the same things that I kind of told you guys as well, and then it runs right up in here, neck and neck even, to finish this out with a SmackDown. Apparently, the Bloodline of Usos have unfinished business. But Jey Uso was not, Roman tried to attack Jey, but Jey was not letting Roman get away with that, nor was Jimmy on Solo. You had Roman Reigns attack Jey, and then Jimmy attacked Roman, and then Solo put Jey Uso out on the stretcher, and Jey Uso get his revenge on Solo for doing that, including Roman Reigns, who was the king of it with the Usos and Bloodline. If it wasn't a war or a fight before Money in the Bank, and that Money in the Bank, it definitely is now, and it's unfinished business there. I think she should get a disqualification match for that one. Shayna Blazer, a long time coming, is what she said for Ronda Rousey's attack in the WXW interview. I don't think Goose is ready for Intercontinental Champion opportunity against Drew McIntyre. Camilla, dominant NXT champion, who has Finn Balor next in line for it. And then North American champion Leslie has Dominic next in line for that one. For the North American Championship belt. And the Judgment Day Never Lost Their Beat returns the NXT too. On and after Raw and SmackDown combined together, those like Raw Talking Smack. Zelina Vega went over Lacey Evans in singles action. Some of those referees are really good at paying attention. With the foot on the rope, the pinfall submission, that's what you call a good referee. That's what you get paid for. Do your job. And then it now goes to Ryan and Edge, get a challenge and get a spear. With Edge winning that match against Ryan Charlotte, really giving it to Asuka that she wanted that championship opportunity, but Bianca was like, "Are you serious right now? Not gonna let you get the opportunity in the match." Nor the week after when she was at the auction, and then it just got haywire, including Io Shirai and Bailey just best get at the back of the line as Miss Money in the Bank because Bianca and Charlotte and Oxley's got unfinished business first. It's either gonna be a triple threat or a fatal four way. So yeah. And the rest of it, with Karen Cross getting defeated by AJ Styles for the mixed tag team match, Kumi and getting her hands on Scott for the mixed tag team match, winning the single match for the mixed tag team, and then for her getting involved, not being able to do it this week. And that's how Red Suicide is just feeling that energy in that moment. Bryson Ryder, I mean, stepped up to John Cena Money in the Bank, stepped up to Edge on SmackDown, I mean, running his show on Bryson Ryder, I mean, backed up what he said. Pretty deadly, getting involved with Butch and all, and dominating, just beating the hell out of each other all over that arena, but obviously remaining longest United States champion Austin Theory was Sheamus because of that. And the breakout with the blood on the Usos. It's far from over. LA Knight wiping out a hero all by himself, a mega star he is. Yeah! Did it by himself, yeah! Same energy. Next Universal Champion. Grayson Waller. He's making moves and he's backing up what he says, so I mean, you can't be mad at him. And of course, Bianca Belair, Charlotte, Dawson, for Rollins Championship in the triple threat, and Io Shirai is not getting a turn for their Miss Money in the Bank. And it just goes on from there. And then we talked about after the bell, Biggie Langston. See, that's what I'm talking about. That maybe he could return with the New Day and in a flash. That you have Biggie Langston, former Miss Money in the Bank. Since we're talking about Money in the Bank, former WWE Champion. Since talking about returns, part of the dominant tag team at once upon a time, the New Day. He's on after the bell. Who says Biggie Langston? And he's not injured anymore. Won't return with being a part of the New Day altogether, spreading the positivity on Monday Night Raw all over again. With that being said, let's finish wrapping this up. Raw predictions. In case you missed it, like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. With Seth and Becky taking some photos with them before the Raw prediction, and then Tommaso was dominating The Miz in that match before Reed got involved. You already know what it is. I'm gonna do my Raw predictions for tonight. I predict that Drew McIntyre is a Matt Riddle, and that Ricochet. And Ricochet showed up, Logan Paul. And Becky Lynch, I'm still waiting for the lead of the team with Becky against Zoe and Trish. Bro. And Finn Balor, I want Seth Rollins, Camilo to take him in a 6-man tag team match with Seth, Camilo, and against Dominic and Finn to clear it up on Raw for what happened on on NXT, winning on Raw in a six-man tag team match. And Gunther against Drew for the Intercontinental Challenge. It's coming. Logan didn't stand a chance with that from Ricochet, who probably hasn't seen his action match now, and Reed against Tommaso getting involved with the celebration, and Shayna attacked Ronda, but Ronda returned the favor. It's a brutal match now. It's a destruction match now. A brutal, defying moment. Up to that point, Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions remaining as so, getting the revenge on the Judgment Day for trying to attack him, but obviously Judgment Day was able to come out on top after that. So it got revenge for them getting involved, but it didn't really end up with the results that we were hoping for. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow on Instagram and YouTube. That's anything. I got the last 3 weeks podcast y'all can watch and like and follow and subscribe on there. And the rest of my podcasts, check them out as well. On the road to Money in the Bank, and then the 2 weeks after Money in the Bank results, that you can also check that out. My entertainment videos, like my predictions and anything just funny and snipness, my rapping videos that I updated as well. And this podcast that covers up this last week. Queen Krazy K is out. Like, share, follow, subscribe on Instagram, YouTube. Peace.